myself, Coconut, Whakalawhala Yatu, I'm Shabalelisi.
Here, Talofalava, I'm Oli Maiava.
And tonight we're here to check out the launch of Coconut Grove. Yeah. This is Karangahape Road, aka K Road.
For 100 years, from 1880 right through to 1980, this was Auckland's premier shopping street.
Actually, when my family first arrived in late 70s and stuff, it was pretty much straight to K Road to buy some fish heads for dinner.
Yeah, that's right. In the 1960s, Thursday night became the night to hang out here, and this place became the mecca of all islanders.
Yeah. And tonight we're here for the launch of Coconut Grove, which is all about bringing that Pacifican vibe back to Karangahape Road. What do you reckon, Ollie?
That's us. Let's go and check out some of the peeps, eh?
Shot, brother. Let's do this.
Bro.
Boom, 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 boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom.
When did K Road start becoming sort of a Pacific?
Early 80s, late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah. K Road on Thursday nights was where we all used to go for everything, like school uniforms at George Court's.
Yep.
And we had our favourite fish and chip shop, and there was one shoe place.
Along here, if you ever go down Queen Street and you got those little shops, there's shops all along here.
Those of us that were born in New Zealand, we used to call this Coconut Grove, you know, and so that's where the name come from.
Karangahape Road is the traditional link between the south and the capital of Samoa and Tonga in the old days, and that's Greyland. And this piece of road in the morning would be when people would walk through here to catch the bus to go south.
You know, a lot of us had cars, so it was either get here on foot or foot and bus and go home that way with all the produce, you know, carrying the kalos, the fish, the meat, and your vegetables, everything on our bus.
K Road for us was where my mum would meet, and everybody knew if you were in K Road, you were bound to meet somebody. Hey.
There was heaps of colours, heaps of lavas and journals, and you know, it was beautiful. You know, see our old aunties and uncles and dressed in island shirts, and they made the whole place colourful. You know, all night, all day.
Mum and Dad, they used to, you know, hand in hand. We used to walk from Surrey Crescent and walk all the way to K Road. And at that time, it wasn't, you know, that long walking.
Farmers Free Bus?
Yeah.
Remember the Farmers Free Bus?
The Farmers Free Bus used to be a treat for many families because you to catch the bus from Queen Street to Farmers to here. Yeah. K Road was like it was the second cousin or the poorer cousin of Queen Street. But for many of our Pacific folks, because of the pricing and because of the ease in which you can shop and the fact that it's good foot traffic, this was the main hub. There were no malls, so it was either Queen Street or here.
Helen Stein's was around the corner. That's where the brothers first started. There was Rendell's, there was Woolworths. Hey, there was all these places there that have now gone.
The bus that used to go from Ponsonby into town, about after 9 o'clock, it just turned into like a mobile disco. Everybody there, guitars and ukuleles. All had a few ales, but we just sit in that bus and just play and sing until we get to Ponsonby.
Well, we weren't allowed to come up here. You know, we had to sneak to come up here because, like, we weren't allowed up at night time because of the Pink Pussy Club, which was on this side and it was also on the other side.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so you kind of almost had to walk past it like this.
We'll meet you outside where the tiger is. They used to call it the tiger without referring to the Pink Pussy Club.
Oh.
And one of the funniest things you could do is you're coming to pick your uncle up and he's standing there in his finery during the day right outside the Pink Pussy Cat. And of course, he wasn't quite unaware of what the significance of what was behind him, but because it was a well-known landmark, they said, well, we'll meet you outside. You know.
Have street dances, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
We used to block off the street and set up the truck with local bands and
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
that's when all the youth and all of us used to get together and just have a good time, party and enjoy the occasion.
Well, so what happened? Why did because it was one point it was just filled with islanders and then hardly any. Do you think that will come back again?
Nah.
Yeah. I think what they did, our people come over and built the infrastructure of the cities and that. Once they built the infrastructure, the roads and that, they decided to split them out to South Auckland, out west.
I think it's just natural development, the bigger you grow, the community grows. It's just like the church. Newton PIC was it for about 20, 30 years, and then as we got bigger and moved out, other churches. So I think it's just a natural kind of development of our people spreading out further.
Well, I think it's going to be a particular different type of Pacific person, Pacific Island people from now on, because you think back 30, 40 years, we have grown, we've become almost like tangata whenua of the city now. And I think that it's no use harking back to the old age, because I think we will never rediscover that. I think it's a matter of them moving forward from here, but it's interesting to see what the change has been. And I think that we'll continue to see K Road changing over the years. And I just hope that sooner or later, instead of just walking past the street, we may, like the PIC church, own part of the territory.
All right, probably people in the place tonight. Got my sapasui, it's all nice there, nice and lovely meat. I'm just gonna go and see if I can find some taro and maybe some raw fish to go with it. Come on. Bringing back poly ownership to K Road. I was gonna walk in the middle of the road like I don't care, man.
So glad we did this.
Yeah. No, it was really nice hearing some of those old stories. Really brought back a few memories, eh?
Yeah. And the old footage, do you enjoy that?
Actually, listen to some of those stories. Brought back feel a little bit sad. Yeah. Well, we got our sunglasses on still. Keep us hide the red eyes. But thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep it cocoa.
Pacific Islands wants you to know to keep it cocoa.
Keep it cocoa.
Keep it cocoa.
Keep it cocoa.